Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson in this Tricentis test automation playlist. Now in this particular session, I'm going to show you how we can use some conditional statements inside the Tricentis test automation to structure our tests. So let's go directly to the builder section, and here we'll be building a new test case, right? And I'm going to call this test case the even odd number. So we are going to resolve this problem, which is to find whether a number is an even or an odd number. And for this, we are going to use the if-else statements inside our test case. So I'm going to save this. And then here we are going to go into something called structure elements. Okay, so it is a section inside the builder. So we have already seen some predefined actions. Now we are going to look into the structure elements. And inside this, we have got the condition. Okay, so we are going to use this condition right here in our test case. So as you can see, it is a if then else statement. So we can write some condition, and then we can put some elements in the if, then we can put some in the then, and then also in the else, right? So what we are going to do here is initially we will use a predefined action, okay? And for that, we will use the defined variable. Okay, so this is one of the predefined action where we can create a variable. So we need to provide a name for this variable. So for now, I'm going to call this number, okay? And then I'm going to provide it with a value like some 10, okay? So this is the variable which will be created, and the value will be assigned here. Now coming to the condition, here we need to put something in the if block. Okay, so here I'm going to use the evaluate expression. Again, it's a predefined action, and what it does, you can write any particular expression which will be evaluated, like addition, subtraction, or a less than, a more than, any kind of comparison you can do here. Okay, so we'll write the expression here. I'm going to use the variable. So we are going to call that variable here called number. And then we are going to evaluate whether it is divisible by 2 or not, right? So I'm going to write mod 2. So this is the modulo operator, and then equals 0. Okay, so number mod 2 equals 0. That means it is divisible by 2. So it is an even number, right? If not, then it's an odd number. So the same thing we'll evaluate here, and the result then it will be returned. So if it is true, it will go to then. If it is false, it will go to else, right? So in the then statement, again, I'm going to use a variable, okay? And here I'm going to call this result. And in the value, I'm going to write even number, okay? And the same again here in the else statement, I'm going to write it as the odd number is the result, okay? And variable, I'm going to put result again. So depending on what is the result here, it will come here, it will set the result variable, okay, to the value, either it is an even number or it is an odd number, right? I'm going to save this, and this completes the solution for this even odd number. Okay, so using this particular test case, I can find out whether my number is an odd or an even number. So let's go ahead and run this, and let's see what's the result. So I'm going to start the run here. Okay, so as you can see, the test is completed. Since this is not a UI test, it will not bring any UI, but it is just evaluating some expression, and then it is working on some conditions, right? So you can see here, these steps have passed. So it went into the then statement because the variable value is 10, so it's an even number. So let's go to the view last run here. And then here we will see the result. You can see status is succeeded. And if I go into the logs, you will see here, this is evaluating the expression 10 mod 2 equals 0 evaluated to true. and that is why it went into the then statement, right? So where the result was set to even number, right? Now, if I go ahead and test it with an odd number, then it will go into the else statement and the result will be set to odd number, right? So this is how you can use the condition which is inside the structure elements. Okay, so you can use this to basically design something based on some conditional statements. Like you can use the if then else statement to design your particular scenario, right? Along with some other predefined actions to either verify something or to take some action based on some condition, right? So this is part of the structure elements, right? Now another element which is part of the structure elements is a empty folder. Okay, so if I drag this empty folder here, this is nothing but a folder. Okay, so this you can use to structure your elements inside your test case, right? So if I say here variable, or I say precondition. Okay, so in precondition, I can then drag this here, right? And then I can drag another folder after this, and I call this process. Okay, and then I drag this whole condition into this process folder. Okay, so this allows you to basically do some structuring of your test cases. So basically putting the steps in a group and then putting it into a folder. You can name that folder and then you can save it, right? So you can now view it folder wise. So the process will be your actual steps and precondition could be your prerequisite steps. And then you can have a post condition where you can put the steps which you want to run after all your test steps have been executed. So like this, you can structure your test cases using this particular empty folder element, right? So these are the two elements which are part of the structure elements. You can use the if then else condition to basically build conditional test cases. And then you can use the empty folder to build or structure your test cases based on different test steps. That's all for this particular video. If you have any questions, then please leave it in the comments. If you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.